technically we're live now, so.
Sweet, that's weird.
Check here.
Let's see.
Make sure. Excellent connection. There you go. Okay.
So can I watch it on either one? Wow, that's got a huge delay.
Well, yeah, but you can look at it on OBS if you want to.
Yeah, the YouTube's got a huge delay.
Yeah.
This one's real
So
time.
that's gonna be what you actually.
Woo! All right, you're awesome, dude.
Fun.
Thank you. Oh my lord! Welcome, 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 everybody. How we doing tonight? Gonna send out a bunch of invites first. Turn this thing on. Maybe. There we go. That picture looks like shit. Right. This is going to be very interesting, everybody. We're going to see how this works out. I don't even know if anybody's listening yet, but if not, that's all right. See if we can do a little scenes. Yeah, I don't have a freaking idea. I don't know how to do that, so I'm not even going to jack with it. How's everybody doing? I don't know if anybody's going to hop on here at all, but we're going to send out a bunch of invites and just see what the hell happens. Mr. Inkbearded Damien. I don't know. I don't even know if No Hop's on here anymore. C-Mac, Kimbersworn, Tyler. I know there's a lot of people on. Kratz is live right now. Big night tonight. Not that big, but that's alright. I will be right with you if you guys hopped in here already. Appreciate you coming on. It's not a bunch of invites, I know that. Or a bunch of videos that I made earlier to people. Just had a bunch of those people too. I hate it when they like reset when you're in the middle of inviting people. I think that's just going to have to do because I don't remember who I invited now and who I didn't invite. So we'll see who we got here. Who we got here? Heather Runs Texas, what's happening? How are you doing? Thanks for hopping on. Good to see you. Mark Badger, I don't know if you're on here still or not, but if you are, welcome, welcome, welcome. Probably get some more people hopping over here from the Kratz and Control live that is going on right now. Because he is just a freaking killing it. I'm trying to figure out how to... Yeah, I don't know how to fix that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate all the likes. I appreciate that. I appreciate you stopping in to say hi. Thank you very much. Who just gave me that? Tim, what's happening, dude? What's happening, Timmy? Sorry. No, I caught some of your live today, man. I was going to say sorry I missed your live again, but I got some of it. You were killing it, man. Like, even people you don't know, even people you don't see, you're influencing and you're having a impact on and you're encouraging. Like, even my wife tonight, she was walking through the kitchen and I had your live turned on. And she's like, man, is that Tim? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, man, he's doing great. He's still after it. I'm like, yeah, dude, he's always after it, you know? We all have good days, we all have bad days, but he's still getting after it. He's still hitting it hard. So even my wife is following you, even though she's not actually on TikTok. No, it's usually just, it's more that I'm so busy doing stuff these days. Mainly car stuff, but I'm not going to go into that again because I've been talking about that so freaking much lately that I don't want to talk about it right now. Holy moly, my freaking face looks shiny. So I'm trying something new tonight. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Heather Runs Texas, Tim. Sweet one, how you doing? Long time no see. Thanks for hopping on here. I appreciate it. How you been doing? No, I don't know how to do that. All right. Pushing through, doing okay, striving to make the needed changes. What are the needed changes you're striving to make there, sweet one? Hopefully some of the stuff we've talked about in the past. Man, that looks like super bright with that open. I hope it's not too bright. Like, so here's the thing. Here's what I'm trying new tonight, guys, that I've never ever tried before. And Tim, I don't know if you got YouTube or if anybody on here has YouTube, but I am streaming live right now, both on TikTok and on YouTube. So if there's anybody on here that's got YouTube and has a PC or something handy, hop on and see if you can see if it's streaming live. It should be. And there may be like a huge delay because there is on mine. But anyways, it looks like on mine that it is streaming live, so that's cool. We'll see if we get anybody at all jumping on there. But other than that, we're just going to keep going. Consistency of new routines, gym habits, of eating a lot, and mindset. That all sounds like really, really good positive changes that you're making right there. And I'm very happy to hear you making those. How is it all going so far with the consistency, with the routines, with the gym, with the habits, with the eating, etc.? A lot with mindset. Well, the mindset, the new routines, the gym, the habits, and your eating. Superior Mailman, what's happening, dude? How are you, brother? I don't know if you just heard that. I don't know if you got YouTube, but if you do, hop on YouTube and go to @CliffShuffler. That should be it. @CliffShuffler, and see if you can catch me. Loving life. Awesome. Love hearing that. I don't know if like anybody can hop on. Just give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you can actually see it on YouTube. If it is streaming live, it should be. And if there's like a massive delay between what I'm doing on TikTok and what's actually happening here, it was just it was funny, guys. It was like last minute, like 10 minutes before I started. I thought I would just open up YouTube, hit go live, and start getting after it on both TikTok and on YouTube, trying to do a double stream just like Kratz does with Twitch and TikTok. And I don't have anybody on there yet. That's fine. It's just something I'm trying out, see if anybody hops on YouTube or not. But it was funny because I couldn't get my microphone to work. I couldn't get it to recognize on YouTube, and so I text my 17-year-old son because he's really good with tech stuff. I'm like, dude, why can't this recognize my microphone? He comes out, I don't know. And I started downloading a streaming software, OBS, and apparently OBS is a lot more complex than just like plug and play. So he's like, I can't believe you're trying to get me to set up OBS like 10 minutes before you broadcast. It is actually supposed to happen. So yeah. There. I sent a chat to myself just to see if it works. You're looking for at Cliff Shuffler, and it should just be a live stream. See if you can find it. I don't know if it's on there at all. It's c.e.shuffler, but it's at Cliff Shuffler. CliffShuffler. Howdy, y'all. What's up, living man? How you doing? How you doing? There's my wife. She's really tired and yawning. I'm just raw dogging it tonight, honey, so I don't have any background up. Because I had my son setting up my YouTube like last second, I didn't have time to do any kind of background, whatever, so I don't really care. I'm raw dogging it. I need some water, so... Raw dog? Raw dog? You don't like that either? So moist and raw dog. Dude? Definitely not together. We're just grabbing some more water, everybody. Sorry, it's kind of rushed at the end there. Trying to get this thing going, but I'm going to be right back. We're going to have a good night tonight. Life has been freaking crazy lately. For me, I don't know if it's been crazy for everybody else, but it's been pretty freaking crazy for me, and everybody knows what is causing all the craziness in my life, because it seems like I'm talking about it non-stop lately. It's not so much what's happening. Let me get back to this there.
so unprepared tonight.
All right. So, sweet one, I don't know if you ever answered back or not. Chat rate 1. Okay. Let me know if you find that, mailman. So, sweet one, I asked how everything was going with that, with the consistency on the new routines and everything like that. Luminette, how you doing? Oh, I got to scroll back now. Scrolling back. What am I looking for? We found that. Yeah, definitely. What did I miss? What are you laughing at? Oh, you agree with your wife. You agree with my wife. Oh, I'm trying to scroll back through these comments and try to figure out what's going on. Oh, does that mean you found it, Living Man? I got 1 viewer. Woohoo! That's a new record for me. Can you see it, Living Man? And is there like a huge delay of what's going on? You resent it 3 times now? About how it's going with all that stuff? All I got from you, sweet one, was, I don't know if comments are blocked or what, but consistency in new routines, gyms, and then I got laughing faces, then I got agree with her, and I did. And I resent it 3 times now, so, yeah, I don't know. Luminette, what's happening, dude? How you doing, brother? Thanks for hopping on. I got, yeah, what's up, my brother? How you doing? Northman Coaching. Thank you so much for hopping on. Appreciate that. I am trying something new tonight. I'm pulling a Kratz, and I am on YouTube, and I am on TikTok, obviously, because that's where you guys are watching me. Yes, I'm on YouTube. Doing once a week, 36-hour fast. Awesome. How's that work? How's that working for you? Doing 36 hours every single week? That's a pretty good commitment. Are you seeing any good changes with that? You finally got the calendar all live, Luminette. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, Living Man, I'm trying YouTube and TikTok tonight, and I'm hoping that Living Man or Northman Coaching will let me know if there's like a huge, massive delay, or if it's actually pretty good. On my PC, looking at my page, like I'm like 2 sentences behind on that than I am actually on the OBS that I'm streaming on. So hopefully it's not that bad, but whatever. I'm just trying it. It was a last minute thing I decided to do, so here we are. So yes, I am on YouTube. Yep, you're trying to do it consistently right now. That's awesome. Consistency is key with anything you do. Anybody that's on here, consistency is key. If you are not consistent with stuff, then that is going to keep you from reaching your goals, reaching your dreams, reaching your ambitions, whatever it is you're trying to go after in life. And that actually kind of brings me into the segue of what I wanted to talk about tonight. So everybody knows you had to mute the computer. But is it keeping up? Does it seem like it's pretty on point, or is it like lagging a whole bunch? OBS and Tree use the 1080p. Yeah, dude, I have my son set it up because I don't know anything about it, and he's really good with that stuff, so hopefully he got it. All right, cool, man. That's awesome to know, Mailman. Thanks for letting me know that. And I got 1 viewer right now, and I know exactly who that is, so I appreciate it. But that's a good segue. What I wanted to talk tonight, what I wanted the topic to be tonight. I'm not going to go into my car problems because everybody that's on here on a regular basis already knows about my my car issues I've been dealing with. Working out 4 days a week, that's awesome. So have you been seeing some, how long have you been doing that? You're on week 2 of the gym, that's awesome. You hope to lower your glucose. If I can't stick with that and diet for salt. Oh, you're hoping to lower your glucose if you can stick with that for that diet for a solid 3 weeks. That is awesome, sweet one. How long have you been on it, and have you seen any kind of results yet? Any kind of changes with the 4-day-a-week workout? Spear Mailman, dude, I really appreciate you checking that out on the YouTube and letting me know if it's working or not. That encourages me to keep doing stuff. It might look a little dark. It does on my screen, but I'll worry about that shit later. C-Mac, what's happening? Awesome. I'd love to see that, sweet one. Yeah, definitely keep us posted on that. So anyways, consistency. Consistency pays off. When you're consistent with your mindset, when you're consistent with your discipline, when you're consistent with your standards, when you are consistently holding yourself accountable to the commitments you make to yourself, they are going to pay off in the long run. They're going to pay off, well, not just later on down the line, but you're seeing Tony, but have kept being consistent. That is awesome. It is dark on YouTube versus TikTok. I was trying to figure out how to adjust that, but I'm not going to screw with it right now. I'm just going to keep going, keep going, keep going. But it pays off immediately too, because of the work I've done, because of the discipline, the standards, the mindset that I maintain on a daily basis in my life. When the hard things come along, when the hard challenges happen, when life comes and punches you in the face, just like Tyson says, everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the mouth or until you get punched in the face. Well, life is going to come along and it's going to punch you in the face sometimes. And man, I feel like I've been getting left hooks, right hooks over and over and over lately. Ember Sworn, what's happening? How you doing? And it's all been the car problems, right? I just finally got the Hummer fixed after the drive shaft fell out. Got that done today. I'm like, thank God, that's running. Cool. Get a text from my son. He's like, dude, the power steering went out again. It's leaking like crazy. And Rocky's saying is better. What's that one, the Manette? There's a lot of good ones from Rocky too. And it is just nonstop. That is why I had to cancel my live last night, because he was having problems with the power steering. I thought I got it fixed. Again, it's just one thing after another. But whether it's car problems, whether it's problems at work, whether it's personal issues, whether it's just life happening, you're going to get hit. Life's going to get hard. You're going to have challenges along the way. And it's the preparation you do ahead of time that is going to help determine how you handle those challenges when they do come up. Are you going to completely fall off the wagon? Are you going to go back to who you used to be? Are you going to give up on everything that you do on a daily basis and all the progress that you've made? Or is that discipline, standards, mindset going to kick in still every single day and be like, cool, no, I can't go to the gym today. Yeah, it's hard to manage my diet today. I was out in a freaking junkyard trying to find parts for my Hummer for, 3-4 hours today. Didn't eat the first half of the day. I was freaking starving. I did not stick to my diet the way I usually do. Now I'm still hitting my macros. I'm still hitting my calories. I've eaten since I've gotten home. But it's maintaining that. It's the preparation you do ahead of time. Maintaining that discipline, the standards, and the mindset that is going to keep you going in the long run and help you get through those hard times when they do come along with resiliency and fortitude, and keep you on track so that you don't fall off, because that's when a lot of people fall off. Life gets hard and they give up and they say, this is too hard. What can I do in my life to make it easier? Because it's easier to eat like crap, because it's easier to not go to the gym, because it's easier to sleep in, because it's easier to do all the stuff that you've worked so hard to change now. Just like what Sweet One's talking about, with what she's doing right now with the consistency, with the 36-hour fast once a week, with working out 4 times a week, all that kind of stuff. You create that consistency and you tie discipline to it and a mindset that sees that as a good thing rather than something you have to do, and not seeing it as something that is restrictive, like, oh, I have to go to the gym for an hour a day. I have to watch what I eat. I have to fast for 30. And I'm just using you as an example. Sweet One, I hope you know that. I'm not picking on you or anything. But it's a great example, right? You can choose to accept that stuff. Get out of here, man. And create consistency. Create a mindset around it that sees it as a good thing, as a benefit in your life, and something that's going to be a huge payoff long term. Or you can see it as you're restricted right now. Man, I didn't get those all the way. Sorry, guys. You can see it as something that you're restricted on right now. Like, I have to eat this food that's boring. I have to eat chicken. I have to eat rice. I have to fast 36 hours a day. I have to do this. I have to do that. And when you attach that kind of meaning to it, because everything in life has to do with what meaning we attach to it. And if you attach a meaning to it that it's a restrictive thing that you hate to do, then exactly that's going to happen. You're going to hate to do it, and you're not going to stick with it, and you're eventually going to fall off and stop doing it. My phone's about to die, so I got to plug it in real quick, guys. God, I feel so unprepared tonight, but whatever. I'm just going to push through. Bye, phone's charging. Ember Sworn, how you doing tonight? If you switch the have to get to, it changes your attitude towards it. Yes, but you have to believe it too, because I'm not a big believer in daily affirmations that are just fake. Do you guys remember, well, older people on here, not older, but people that have been around for a while, remember the Stuart Smalley thing, right? Where it's like, oh, which one? The one I got here, or this one right here? But the Stuart Smalley on Saturday Night Live about, I'm good enough, I'm strong enough, and gosh darn it, people like me. I'm not a big fan of these fake affirmations that we try to tell ourselves to convince ourselves that we're somebody that we're not. to try to become somebody we're not just by saying daily affirmations in the mirror. I think that's bullshit. I've tried it. It didn't work for me. I won't say it doesn't work. It didn't work for me. So you have to believe it. You can't just say, oh, I get to go to work, and you pull your ass out of bed, and in the back of your mind, your subconscious is like, I hate my job, I hate my boss, I hate my coworkers, I hate my pay, this is not what I want to do, this is not what my degree is, all this negative shit, right? You have to actually believe it. But how do you get to that point where you actually believe what you're telling yourself? Where you actually do see it as, I get to. You have to tie different meanings to it, right? Okay, yeah, I'll view your story in a little bit there, sweet one. But you have to believe it, right? And how do you build that belief around it? The way I did it with like the food that I eat, right? And I've talked about this before. Doing great, C-Mac. How you doing, buddy? It is baby steps, but it's also changing your perspective. Perspective is everything, guys. Perspective is huge. And it's changing your perspective about how you view these things and what you tell yourself about them, right? I could look at it from that negative thing, like I have to eat chicken for like the rest of my life, and rice and salad, and I can't ever have pizza again, and I can't have ice cream, and I can't, and focus on all the stuff I can't have. Instead of limiting myself, and instead of telling myself that narrative in my head and attaching that meaning to it, I started telling myself the true story, that I'm freeing myself from, the Rocky, yeah, I missed it. But I'm freeing myself, right? Because if I eat that stuff, if I eat the ice cream, I'm going to get type 2 diabetes. I'm going to have to take medication. I'm going to have to live with that the rest of my life. Maybe start taking insulin one day. I'm going to have all kinds of other health problems that are tied to type 2 diabetes or just regular diabetes if it progresses to that. If I eat pizza and shitty food all the time, well, then I'm looking at health problems with high cholesterol, high blood pressure, strokes, heart attack, all this other negative shit, right? So it's not that I can't eat that stuff. I'm choosing not to eat it because I'm choosing me. I'm choosing to be there for myself. I'm choosing to be a better person every single day of my life so that in the long term, I don't have those regrets. I don't die with regrets. The one on my shirt, yeah, I don't know if that's the same on Kratz Scott or not. I don't even... It's a Hollyland Lark A1. I actually like it. It's a really cool mic. It's got a little fuzzy thing that goes on the top, and for some reason I just don't like the fuzzy things. I know they cut down on the extra noise. They all try to beat you down. You just have to fight to get back up. Never give up. I do like that saying as well. There's a lot of sayings I like, though. Yeah, I caught it, Luminette. Thanks. I appreciate it. So affirmations did work for you when you were at your lowest point there, Superior Mailman? Nice, C-Mac. I like that. Another day, another dollar, another shout, another holla. Sweet. Well, that's good that the affirmations worked for you. They've never worked for me. I'm not saying they don't work for anybody. I'm just saying for me, just didn't work for me. That's awesome. Yeah, I really like it so far, man. And it wasn't like super expensive. So what the affirmations you use, Superior Mailman? Tell me a little bit about those. And if you want to come off to detach my mic and stuff like that, so try to just put it in the chat. But what kind of affirmations were you using? What kind of stuff were you telling yourself? And because for me, the reason they didn't work for me is because they felt fake. They felt like I was trying to convince myself of somebody I wasn't yet, somebody I wanted to become, something that I wanted to work towards, but it wasn't who I was, and I was trying to, it was fake. But you have to be ready to believe. Okay. It's not about affirmations, it's about changing the story you tell yourself. That's true. And yeah, that's why I changed the narrative that I tell myself about the food I eat, about the workouts that I get to do, right? And I still say I have to go to the gym, I have to work out, I have to do that, and that's just habit. But I freaking love going to the gym. Like, I don't go to the gym in a day, and it throws me off. My whole entire routine is off. I feel lazy. I feel like I didn't get everything done. Okay, so you tell yourself that when your wife left that you were okay, that you were still a whole man. Okay. Now that I can get, that I believe, because there's truth to that, right? You feel broken, you feel beaten down, you feel like life is against you, and you feel like you've completely shattered in all these 1,000 pieces, but deep down you know that's not true. So there is a truth to that affirmation you're telling yourself, right? You have to learn who to surround yourself with. A lot want to pity others. If they feel fake, it's too big of a leap. Make smaller steps if needed. I agree with that, Embersworn. So, like, there was this thing that, there was this, let me just give you an example of, like, some of the stuff that I didn't like, that I will never do in my life. Of the kind of, so I was involved with a coaching company. They were a very successful, big coaching company out here in Colorado. One of my really good friends was one of the founders of this coaching company. And so my wife and I got kind of grandfathered in. They gave us like everything, like all access for free. And I was very thankful for that. And I learned a lot through that coaching program. But there was a lot of stuff they did in there that was like, at the beginning of any meeting or something they were going to have, that everybody stand up and everybody had to put their arms in there and jump up and down and say 3 times, I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited. And I get it, okay? I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to raise the vibration of the room. They're trying to get people excited. They're trying to change people's state that they're in. I did not like that. That was very, very fake to me because I wasn't that excited. I was excited to be there and stuff, but I didn't like standing up, jumping up and down just to kind of show that I was excited. It's like, that didn't do anything for me. So that kind of stuff I'm not into. Yeah, you want to tell your truth, not some crazy story. 10X method is better in my eyes. I haven't done a whole lot with the 10X method. And I assume you're talking about Grant Cardone there. That I do believe, Evan Short. That I do believe because I have done it. And I did it as a joke at one of the job where I cut my thumb off at. Is we used to stand there, me and this other dude, because I was coaching him. It was a coworker. It was actually the guy that I tried to have call 911. He was too freaked out that he couldn't talk to 911, so I had to. But I was coaching him. I was mentoring him. I was trying to get him through some of his own mindset limiting beliefs that he had. And I was working with him. And I heard about that, the Superman pose. We did it one day as a joke. And we're like, that actually felt pretty damn good. And it was goofy. It was unexpected, but that was actually kind of fun. So, in NLP, we set anchors and can fire those off and change states instantly. Awesome, awesome. And I'm all about changing state too. So, like, I wasn't trying to dog on like affirmations. I'm just like the cheesy affirmations that are fake, that are trying to make you believe something that you're absolutely not, that you haven't reached yet, that are too big of a leap, that are just like complete bullshit just to try to make yourself feel better. That's what I'm saying. For me personally, I don't like it, I don't do it, and I'm not a big fan of them. Now, stuff like what you're talking about, the Superman pose, NLP, setting anchors, and fire those off. Challenge yourself daily to increase your success rate by 25%. Things that are actually true. What Spirit Mailman was saying, right? He's not a broken man. He's not worthless. He's just going through a hard time, right? That kind of shit, yeah, that works. And I'm all about changing state. Like, my favorite thing for me to change my state is music. I freaking love music, and I love jamming out to it. I don't listen to it nearly as much as I used to, but when I do, like my daughter, it's awesome. My 15-year-old daughter, she'll be 16 in December, but she likes the same kind of music that I like. And she likes a lot of the bands that I liked when I was like in college. So it's awesome. Anytime we go driving somewhere, she's like, hey, can I play some music? I'm like, here, hook up your phone, turn on the Bluetooth speaker. She hooks up her phone, and she starts playing all kinds of music that I love. And man, if I'm ever feeling down, if I'm really having a hard time, I'll either listen to any kind of motivational video on YouTube that I listen to when I work out and drive all the time, or I'll turn on some music, man. And music will change my state faster than anything. It makes me feel good. It gets me pumped up. I love it. That's my way of doing it. It's not daily affirmations or anything like that. It's just changing my state by listening to music. And what really changes my state too, to be honest with you guys, is you guys. The videos I put out. The reason I put out videos is to help other people. It's not about me. It's not about becoming an influencer or getting famous or any of that kind of crap. It's about you guys. It's that I literally, truly, that's why I come on and do these for free. I want to help people, as many people as I possibly can, and that's why I put the videos out. But it also, it changes my state. If I'm having a bad day, or I'm having a rough start to the day, or just not quite 100% dialed in yet, and I do a video and I put it out, like just that action makes me feel good, makes me feel like I accomplished something that a lot of other people didn't do, that I accomplished something that I said I was going to do that day, and I followed through and I did it. And then the reactions I get from you guys and the comments I get from you guys help keep me going and just reaffirm to me that I'm on the right path. Not that I need validation from people, but it's good to know that when you're putting all this stuff out there and you're being vulnerable and you're putting out content and stuff like that, there's actually somebody out there who's like, yeah, that's good, dude. Keep doing more of that. Holy Kratz in control. In the house. He must have died. Or it's 7:30, 6:30, 8:30, whatever time zone you're in, Kratz. 9:30? No, it's 8:30. Kratz, thank you. Did you see my comment on your live? I said I was pulling a Kratz tonight. And I thought it was going to be fire. I was hoping it'd be fire, but I think it's more like just a little cold ember at this point. But that's all right. It's a start. So what I'm doing tonight, everybody that just hopped on here is going to hop on here. The Kratz that I'm pulling right now is I am live streaming on TikTok and I'm on YouTube down here on my laptop right above each other. So I'm going to start trying to hit YouTube a little bit more. I'm going to start trying to build more of a following on YouTube. If you guys don't follow me on YouTube, let's get after it, guys. It's at Cliff Shuffler. I apparently had my old account, Mindful Architecture. I changed that one by accident to at c.e.shuffler. So I do have another account on there that's at CE Shuffler, but there's no videos on there. So do at Cliff Shuffler on YouTube. Northman Coaching's on there right now, and I'm going to start putting out more content on there. I'm going to start streaming live on both, and just trying to see what I can do. Trying to get more followers, more views, more messages out there to different demographic, different social media site, and yeah, just like I said, trying to reach as many people as possible. Oh, I know it takes time, man. I've tried YouTube a few different times, and I've never done terrible on it, but I've never done great on it. I just didn't stick with it long enough because the making the videos and editing the videos and putting them on there and the cards at the end and all that stuff, it was just like I didn't have the energy, I didn't have the time, I didn't have the patience, and I do now. And I think it's time to start branching out. I've been doing a lot of journaling lately, and I know Superior Mailman knows about this because I talked to him about it a little bit, is I freaking love doing these, guys. I love coming on. I love doing these lives. I love interacting with you guys. I love doing the posts. I love watching your guys' lives. I got to figure out what to do next, though, so that I don't stagnate, so that I don't stop moving forward, so that I can keep going and moving towards this dream that I have. And that is coaching. That is public speaking. That is paid coaching. I love coming on and doing this stuff for free, but obviously I want to make a living at this, so I got to get going on other stuff. And yeah, Superior Mailman has a feeling TikTok's going away. That might happen. It might not happen. Who knows? Maybe that new, whatever M2 platform, whatever they end up calling it, will take off. I think a lot of people are going to kind of boycott it because it kind of is replacing TikTok, which people love. But hey, we'll have to wait and see. Jay Sarah, what's happening, dude? Thanks for hopping on. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a great day. I went ahead and mailed my man card to you for the slip-ons that I have. I couldn't resist that, man. Lacing them up. I'm like, dude, I got slip-ons and I don't run. What do you mean? Yeah, Jay Sarah, I was just telling everybody else, I don't know if you caught it from the background or not, but I am pulling a Kratz tonight. I am live streaming on TikTok and on YouTube. YouTube, it's at Cliff Shuffler, because I accidentally made c.e.shuffler my other account, so yeah, I think so. I don't know. Northman Coaching found it, so it's the one with videos. I got two accounts on there. I can't figure out how to delete one, but I'm sure there's a way, and I'll just look into that later. So I am doing that. It was just really a last minute thing, and yeah. Hey, Northman Coaching, I got one more question for you since it looks like you're still on there. Concurrent viewers. How's the image on YouTube? Is it really terrible and grainy, or is it pretty clear, or is it looking kind of? It's looking kind of grainy on my side, but that's all right. Like I said, I'm just first night trying it out. I got one viewer, and that's Superior Mailman, Northman Coaching. Beautiful sunset. Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, I'm just curious how the image is on there too. I just tried to open the window to give a little bit more light because the image is kind of dark. I know that, but I didn't know how clear it was or if it's grainy. But it looks good. Definitely better on TikTok. Yeah, it's a little bit kind of grainy on there, but I need to get an actual webcam if I'm going to do this stuff. Embershorn, how's the book doing? Living Man, you can't find it? It should just be at... I wish I could like copy and paste the link in there. Yeah, so it's confusing, guys. I didn't mean to do it that way. I gotta, yeah, exactly, at Cliff Shuffler. So it's really weird. Like, I got one account that is at c.e.shuffler, and the name is Cliff Shuffler, and then the other one is, the one I'm on right now is c.e.shuffler is the name, but it's at Cliff Shuffler. So they're like opposite. I got them jacked up. I'm a moron, whatever, but yeah, it's on there. But yeah, just look for at Cliff Shuffler, and that's where it is. Found a bunch of videos interview on my page. I don't even, God, dude, I gotta like, I can't bring on my page right now. It'll probably boot me off, I think. I don't know if I can bring up 2 pages at once. But I'm not even going to try. Yeah, dude, I got, like, you guys want to see some of my early videos? Go on there and check some of those out. They're pretty old. They're probably about, Jesus, I don't even know, 6, 7 years old or more. Oh, yeah. I've been on a lot of podcasts and stuff like that. When I used to have the other company that I was working on, Mindful Architecture, where I said that, you know, you're the architect of your life, build something beautiful, was the whole premise behind Mindful Architecture is you're the architect of your life. You decide what kind of life you're going to have, what kind of reality you're going to live in, and it all starts with your mindset. So being the architect of your own life, and you can create whatever life you want to create. Thank you for the follow, whoever that just was. And I kind of got away from Mindful Architecture because it kind of fizzled off for a little bit. As far as me, I fizzled off and kind of lost track of it, lost interest in it for a while. And the other thing about it, though, is with the changes I've made over the last couple of years, it's like, yeah, I'm super huge into mindset, but there's so many more aspects that I want to cover that just focusing on mindset and being mindful don't cover. The health, the fitness, the nutrition, the discipline, the standards, all that kind of stuff. But I still have the mindset in there because I'm huge into mindset. I believe that that is like the key to all the success, all the happiness, all the joy, all the life you want, the life you dream of literally starts with your mindset. You are the architect of your life. And it all starts with that. Thank you, Living Man. I appreciate that. Were you the, I don't know, I just got a notification that I got a new follower. I appreciate you guys. I really do. Like I said, I'm going to try to put some more content on there. Kratz is live. Awesome. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you, Kratz, for hopping on there. Luminet, is that you? LSE IT Corner? That's got to be you. Tons of people on here. I don't know about tons, man. We got like 2 or 3, but definitely something different. Definitely something I'm excited to start doing again. I'm excited to start doing some like longer content videos because I can get pretty wordy sometimes, and TikTok's just not real big on long format videos. So I probably won't be doing stuff like 33 Degrees does, where it's like 33 days of lessons and stuff like that. I think it's great what he's doing. I just got a different style, so I'm gonna stick with that because I think that's working just fine for me. So yeah, what else is going on tonight, everybody? What do you guys want to talk about? Anybody got any questions, comments, concerns, anything people are struggling with? Kratz, you're killing it with your content as usual. I love it. Dude, you come up with some really good quotes. I hope you know that. And that was like kind of how I got my start over on Instagram years and years and years ago. Because I love coming up with quotes. I love thinking of different perspectives on stuff and putting out simple quotes and verses and stuff that are going to have a huge impact on people's lives. That's why I love quotes so much. I don't know. I'm just drawn to them. And so that's how I started mindful architecture is just putting up quotes on Instagram, and I have like, God, I don't even know, over 300 on there probably that I've done over the course of years and years that I was on Instagram, and I just love it. And I think that like you definitely have a gift for coming up with some really, really just fucking good quotes, man. That one that I posted in my story was awesome. What are a few steps people can take to overcome doubt? Prove the doubt wrong. Make a commitment and keep it. What are you doubting? I'd say that's the first thing. What is something that you... Jay, sorry, I need this. Well, so what's the doubt around? Because you got to identify what you're doubting yourself about. Because, I mean, just general doubt is very vague and very non-specific. You got to have a specific goal to aim at, or you're going to hit absolutely nothing, which I've said before. So, you know, you got to kind of look at what you're doubting. The sun doesn't want to decide if it's going to stay behind a cloud or shine right in my face. All right. Not you, just general question a lot of people struggle with. No, I understand that. So to me, doubt has to do with confidence, and confidence has to do with commitments and being able to depend on yourself and rely on yourself. Kratz, I know you got some doubt, or you had some doubt early on in your career of posting on TikTok and public speaking and making the videos, making the posts and going live and doing live stream. But every single time you do a live stream, every time you hit that button to go live, every time you hit that button that says post, you're keeping the commitment you made to yourself months ago that you were going to be consistent about posting. You're going to do the 60 days in a row. And then when the 60 days came up, you said, I'm going to keep going. Then when live streaming came up, you're like, I'm going to jump all in. I'm going to do this, right? Every single thing that you do in your life that you're scared to do, that you're worried about doing, that you're worried and scared about people judging you and making fun of you and failing and falling flat on your face, that builds confidence. Every single time you make a commitment to yourself and you keep that commitment, you build self-confidence. You build belief, and belief is the opposite of doubt. Self-belief, self-worth, self-confidence will beat doubt any day. Stack the wins, name the doubt, don't hide from it, face it head on. Exactly, Spirit Mailman. It's hard to pinpoint. I've struggled with doubt my whole life, but I get it, Kratz. I get what you're saying. Just in general, you have doubt, but there's stuff that... I'm trying to think about how to put this, Kratz, because generalized doubt, to me... Luminette, thanks for the subscription. I appreciate it, dude. It has to do with a general lack of belief in yourself. But the thing is, if you start looking back over your life, Kratz, what have you failed at? And even more, let me rephrase that. What have you failed at that you haven't learned from? Especially now, with how you've grown, how far you've come, what you've learned by hanging out with all us old guys in here, and listening to our wisdom and whatever the hell you want to call it, right? What have you failed at in your past that you haven't survived and that you haven't learned from? There should be nothing. Okay? So there should be nothing in your past. One of the biggest beneficial things, exercises I ever did in my life, Kratz, and you should do this too. I'd highly recommend it. If you have a lot of self-doubt, just general self-doubt, sit down and write down everything you've succeeded at in your life. Yeah, is it fear or is it doubt? That's a very good question, JSR. That's a very good question. Is it fear or is it doubt? Are you afraid people are going to judge you? Are you afraid of failing? And that's what's holding you back and giving you that feeling that you think is doubt? Or is it true doubt? Yeah, exactly. Spirit Mailman. That's what I'm getting at. You got a 100% survival rate. You've survived every single challenge, hardship, failure, heartbreak, difficulty you've ever experienced in your life, right? It is a lot of fear, okay? So write down, sit down and write down, not right now obviously, but tonight, tomorrow morning, if you get up early and journal, get up 30 minutes early, dude. Put some time into yourself. Or tonight, after the live, after whatever you're doing tonight, and you got some time to yourself, sit down and make a list of every single thing that you have succeeded at in your life. And it doesn't have to be like, you know, a major accomplishment. When I did this, I went all the way back to freaking junior high when I got first chair playing saxophone in the band, right? that is what I succeeded at. And then I thought of everything that I succeeded at throughout my whole entire life that I could think of, small and big stuff. Meeting my wife and getting married, that's a big one. Having kids, that's a big one. Getting hired on as a firefighter, that's a big one. Getting hired on an ambulance first try, that's a big one. Getting first chair saxophone in junior high, that's a small one, but it felt good, right? Go back and write down every single thing you've succeeded at, and you will see that your success rate is not only 100% of the challenges, hardships, failures, difficulties that you've experienced in life, but you're also going to find out just how successful you are, and that'll help squash that doubt that you have, because you just listed out tons of proof that you succeed at everything you've tried to do. And if you didn't succeed at doing it, you learned from it, and you grew from it, and you either tried again and succeeded, or went further than that. You have overcome a lot, man. You've come a long way. And if you don't think that you have, then you need to go back and watch your first video. But yeah, make a list, Kratz. Make a list of everything you've succeeded at. Go as far back as you can remember, as far back as you want to go. Every little tiny thing that gave you pride. You got a freaking ribbon for playing soccer in 5th grade. I don't care what it is. Every single thing you succeeded at, write it down. Make a list of it. And every time you have that self-doubt, every time you get that fear, every time you think, like, I can't do this, look at that list. Every time you think you can't do something, Kratz, go back and watch that first video, and then watch your last video. Because, dude, friggin', I've been there since day one. A lot of us have been there since day one. You are fucking killing it, dude. You are killing it. Way more than I am right now. And I'm fine with that. I'm happy for you, dude. I think it's freaking awesome. I love watching it. I tell my wife about it all the time. You are killing it. And that is your proof right there. Like, you don't even have to go back that far. You watch your first video, you watch your last video, and be like, damn, right? Go watch one of my early videos on YouTube. I could watch that and be like, wow, dude, it sounds so scripted and just like rehearsed, and it wasn't. I've always been of the belief that I do much better like this than trying to write a script and stick to it. Now, I have done that before in the past. Obviously, with public speaking and stuff, you need to have a script to go by, or a rough draft to go by to take you from point A to point B and not sound like a complete idiot. But I am very passionate about this stuff, and I've been through enough stuff. This is my life. I've lived all this stuff that I talk about. I've lived all these lessons that I talk about. I don't need a script. It's my life. I've been there. I've done it. And I haven't done everything. I haven't been through everything, but I've been through a hell of a lot, and I've learned a lot of lessons that I can pass on to other people. I'm looking at I'm looking at my participation trophy, and I still feel down. Fucking hilarious, dude. Thank you, JSR. I appreciate that. Yes, you are successful in everyone's eyes here, Kratz. Go write that stuff down. I'm going to follow up with you, too. Make sure you did it. Because I want to find out, what did you learn from that exercise? And that's like an exercise I did that's like, had such a big impact on me, because I was sitting there, and I'm like, all right, well, I was taking a coaching class, and through that company I was talking about earlier, and it was a free class, and I was super stoked about it, and they're like, you got to do this, and I'm like, all right, I got homework tonight, I got to make out this list. And I started writing it down, and it just kept going, I get done, and I got like a whole sheet of paper completely filled from top to bottom. I'm like, oh shit, I've actually done a lot of stuff. I've actually been pretty successful. And that will give you that courage, that diminishing self-doubt. And it just takes time too, man. And the thing is, you're aware of it, and you know about it, and you want to do something to correct it, and it's all about stacking them wins, man. Keep stacking them wins. Every time you hit post, every time you hit go live, every time that you get up in the morning and decide to put you as a priority, and to have your discipline, your standards, and your mindset dialed in, and do the shit that you said you were going to do, you stack a win. Everybody, not just Kratz, everybody stacks wins every single day. Jay Sorrow hitting the run and hitting the gym. Living Man with his morning routine. Superior Mailman with his posts and his encouragement and his motivation. Kratz with his live streams. Luminette with coming on here every single night and supporting me and working on his coding every single night to get that stuff all dialed in. No comment, Jay Sorrow. No comment. Because you guys already know. You guys know and I know. And I was talking to Superior Mailman about this, and I'm going to be totally transparent here, totally open and honest with you guys. Because, dude, it's like we see everybody's highlights on these things. And that's part of why I love doing the lives, because you can't hide on lives, right? You can't edit, you can't cut, you can't filter this shit at all. It's live. Here I am, right? So we see everybody's highlights, right? Just because like I'm doing these lives on a consistent basis, just because I go to the gym, just because I got my diet now, there's other areas of my life that are a complete fucking disaster, guys, and I'm working on it, right? We all have areas in our lives that we need to work on. My finances are shit right now. I'm working on it, but they've been that way for a majority of my life. Still working on it. I'm not giving up on it. I can't because I got bills I got to pay. But to answer your question, Jay Sorrow, I was talking to Superior Mailman about this because I do get frustrated myself. When I started this year, my goal was to finish the DSM Factor class, start doing posts on TikTok, start doing some lives on TikTok to start to get a following, and once I had some people engaged and interacting with me, then put on a free class, teach people the DSM Factor, and once I teach that class, hopefully turn that into getting some coaching clients, right? Some paid coaching clients. Well, I got the outline about 80-90% done. I have been going live, but it is now what? August? Yeah, not really moving along as fast as I had hoped, but I'm not standing still. But that's why I said earlier, it's like, guys, I got to keep moving. That's why I'm doing the YouTube thing tonight. That's why I'm streaming live on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. I have to start doing other stuff or I will stagnate, lose interest, and all these dreams, all these ambitions that I have are not going to necessarily go by the wayside, but I'm going to wake up 6 months from now and be like, I didn't fucking do anything. It's like, cool, I'm going live every night and I'm making posts most days. I make a post, right? And I try to encourage people, I try to motivate people, I try to help people live a better life. I'm posting, I'm doing lives. I got to do more, right? Me doing that, I'm not going to like somehow get discovered one day and someone's going to be like, oh my God, he's the best coach in the world. Let me blow up his page. It's just not going to happen, guys. That's a very, very, very rare thing to happen. So, you know, you got to make your own way. You got to create your own life, your own success, right? If that happens, cool. If it doesn't happen, I still have to succeed in my own way. So, long story short, my next move is I need to finish that damn class and I need to put on a free class. Number one, because I want to teach people about it, and a lot of you guys have heard a good majority of it, but I want to teach people the DSM Factor, but I also want to put on a free class, not to just get free coaching clients, but like I want to go around to companies and teach the DSM Factor because it applies to every facet of life. Your health, your fitness, your nutrition, your job, your family, anything that you want to succeed at, you have to have that DSM Factor, discipline, standards, and mindset. And I've said this before, try to find one successful person out there, whether it's an athlete, whether it's a Hermosi or a Jocko or a Jordan Peterson or Michael Jordan or whoever, Kobe Bryant. They're not going to be missing discipline, standards, or mindset. They got mad discipline, they got high standards, and their mindset is fucking dialed in. So if you want to succeed at anything in life, you got to get those dialed in. So I need to finish that outline. Need to put on a free class, get some time under my belt, putting on that, or get some experience putting on that class, work out the kinks and stuff, so then I can start going to companies and be like, hey, I want to sell this, or I want to come give a speech to you guys, teach you guys about the DSM Factor. And on top of that, and I was just looking this morning after the messages I was sending back and forth to Superior Mailman, is I want to start doing paid coaching, right? Part of the reason that I came on and decided to start doing these lives is just like Kratz, I have self-doubt. Do I really have what it takes to be a coach? Maybe that sounds really weird to you guys to hear me say, but I have doubt too. It's like, do I really have what it takes? Do I know enough? Am I going to get bad advice? Is somebody to call me out as a fake, as an imposter? Bullshit, right? And be like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're an idiot. You're the worst coach in the world, right? We all have self-doubt when it comes to that kind of stuff. And it's not self-doubt, it's fear. I'm afraid of rejection. I'm afraid of failing. I'm afraid of not succeeding. And maybe a little part of me is afraid of succeeding. But I'm not going to find out if I never do it, right? So I do want to start doing paid coaching, and that's part of the reason why I wanted to start coming live, not just to get people and hopefully get paid clients and all that kind of stuff, but it is because I wanted to build my confidence. I wanted to test the waters, I guess you could say. I wanted to see how people respond to me. And you guys are freaking amazing. Don't talk. I totally have no idea what the hell I was talking about when you said don't put something negative out there. One move. Come on. It's go time. Yes, yes, yes. Free coaching inside a subscription paid. I've actually had, you guys have seen Garrett McGrath that hops on here that does the high key AI. He's talked to me about that too, about a subscription page through school or through the AI program he has. And I've talked to a couple of you about doing something like that too, where we just have a subscription and people come in and they can have a life coach, a fitness coach, a nutrition coach, a family coach, something like that. So give us a date right here and now. When will you have this outline done? What is the date today? We'll say by the end of the month I will have the outline done. By August 31st I will have the outline done. I appreciate that, Jay Sorrow. See, and that's something I got self-doubt in too. It's like, what kind of company is going to really want to hear me come in and talk about something they've never heard about before, right? But maybe that's why they need it, because they've never heard it before. Maybe that's what they're lacking. Maybe that's the very thing they need to make their company successful, to make their employees successful, and have higher production, right? It's your mind fighting with you. It's your mind saying, yeah, you could do this, great idea. Nah, it may not work out. Yeah, you could do it. Nah, it may not work out. Nah. And that's something that's always fascinated me, is our minds. This same brain that's inside our heads fights with itself constantly, all day long, over every little minuscule thing. It's freaking fascinating. But Jason, I really appreciate that. Superior Mailman, you have what it takes. I wouldn't be here if you didn't. That means more to me than you know. And Living Man, thank you so much. Whoa. Random question, is the DSM factor based off the DSM-5? It is not, Siobhan Edwards. I do not actually know what the DSM-5 is. The DSM factor is simply discipline, standards, and mindset. That's what the DSM is, and I call it the DSM factor because those are the three factors you need to have in your life in order to succeed. Let's take Tim, for example. Just throwing somebody out there, right? Throwing him under the bus. He's got discipline because he's got a goal in mind. He knows he's not going to reach it without having that discipline. He had to raise his standards to get out of the lifestyle he was in that was creating the life that he didn't want and that he wanted to get away from. So he had to raise those standards to become the person he wants to become. And he had to change his mindset around a lot of things in his life that he had accepted, that he was used to, that he probably had I don't know him enough to know like what his view of the world was before all this changed, before his brother passed away and he started hitting it hard and decided he wanted to change his life. But I'm guessing it wasn't in a very positive place. So he's changed his mindset. He raised his standards, and now he's created discipline, not just for his workouts, but to hold himself accountable to his standards and to his mindset, to the point where he holds himself accountable on here, on social media, saying, I had a bad day yesterday. I didn't do what I said I was going to do. I'm getting back after it today. That's accountability, and that is the discipline and the standards that he holds himself to. So that's the DSM factor. September 1st. What are we saying September 1st for? I said by the end of the month. 31st. August. Oh, you'll expect to see it September 1st. All right, Jay Sorrow put September 1st. Let's go. We expect to see it September 1st. I'd be surprised. I appreciate that, Jay Sorrow. Definitely. And it might not work out, but we have to find out. Exactly. There's one guarantee. If I do not do it, it will never work out. DSM-5 is what psychologists use to make mental health diagnosis. Yeah, no, it's not that. Nope, it is completely... I don't even know how to put that. It's completely mine. It is literally like... I changed my life 2.5 years ago dramatically, and I stuck with it, and I found success in my health, my fitness, my life, my work, all that kind of stuff. And I looked back and said, how the hell did I do this? Because I've tried so many times in my life, just like everybody else, especially with the health and fitness. That's really what kicked it off for me. And it was up and down, back and forth, in the gym, out of the gym, on a diet, off a diet, overweight, kind of in shape, overweight, kind of. I'm in the best shape of my life now. I'm 52 years old. But I look back and I was like, how the hell did I do this? What changed? And what I figured out was, instead of focusing on the stuff, like I got to go to the gym, I got to lift weights, I got to eat healthy food, I got to have a diet, I got to do this, rather than focusing on the diet and the workouts and the gym and all that kind of shit, I focused on the DSM. I focused on creating discipline, raising my standards, and changing my mindset. And I did mindset work way back in 2016, so that was kind of dialed in already. But one of the big things I had to do was I sat down, and it's something real simple that Tony Robbins says is, you want to change your life, I can sum it up for you in 3 easy words, as stupid as it may sound, as simple as it may sound, raise your standards. The standards you have right now, if you're stuck in life, are not going to be the same standards that'll get you unstuck. The mindset you have that got you stuck is not the same mindset that's going to get you unstuck. You have to change. You have to evolve. You have to change your mindset. You have to raise your standards. Then you have to create discipline to make you do the stuff you don't want to do and to hold yourself accountable to that mindset and to those standards, because your mindset will try to anchor you and drag you back to the person you used to be. I guarantee it. Every single one of us fights almost on a daily basis with the old version of ourselves, and we fight against it, and we make a choice every day that we get up to say, I'm not going back there. I've come too far. Jessica, how you doing? Thanks for hopping on. Spirit Mailman, you have a great night, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody so much. And yeah, it's actually 8:02 right now, so that is my cue to get off and go have a date with my wife and spend some time with her. You guys are awesome. This has been a great live. I really appreciate the talk. I appreciate you guys calling me out and asking me some hard questions there, Jay Sorrow and Mailman. I appreciate the chats we've had. And Livy, man, you're always a huge inspiration. Tim, Jessica, everybody, man, I love you guys. You guys are freaking awesome. I've met the most amazing people on this platform and on these lives than I have in all the years that I did freaking Instagram and all that kind of other shit. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys hopping on my YouTube and following that. That's awesome. I'm going to do more of this, and I'm going to start putting more content up there. So keep an eye out for that. And Kratz, the man, the myth, the legend. Keep doing what you're doing, dude. Keep doing what you're doing, and go make that list, because I want to see it. I want to know what's on there. Or I at least want to know. You can keep it to yourself. I just want to know the effect it has on you. Okay? You guys have a good night. I will be back tomorrow night. What's tonight? Is it Wednesday? I'll be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Get out there, get after it. Go get what you deserve. I love you guys. Later.